Of viral videos appear to show a passenger booted off a flight along with two others from a Frontier Airlines flight. This happened Monday at Trenton Mercer Airport.
Air travel is a marvel of modern engineering, making the world smaller and more accessible than ever before. However, behind every flight is a web of intricacies, practices, and decisions unknown to the average passenger. Here, we unveil 25 lesser-known flight secrets, shedding light on the mysteries of aviation and offering a glimpse into what truly goes on behind the closed cockpit door and beyond. Buckle up and enjoy the journey through these revelations. Number 1. The mystery of dimmed lights. When you're nestled into your seat during a nighttime flight or early morning departure, you might have noticed the cabin lights dimming just before takeoff and landing. This isn't a mood-setting exercise or an effort to get passengers to rest. Safety is at the heart of this practice. Dimming the lights helps to adjust passengers' eyes to the darkness. In the unfortunate event of an emergency landing or evacuation, a passenger's vision, already acclimated to low light, would allow them to navigate the cabin and exits more efficiently. It's a subtle yet critical preparation step, ensuring that in moments of crisis, every second is utilized efficiently. Furthermore, dimmed lights also allow the flight crew to spot potential issues outside the aircraft, ensuring a safer takeoff or landing. Number 2. Hidden handcuffs on board. It might be unsettling to think that your flight might require the use of handcuffs, but these are essential tools for onboard security. The skies are generally safe, but on rare occasions, situations can escalate, often fueled by unruly passengers or those under the influence of alcohol. When verbal de-escalation doesn't suffice, flight attendants have access to plastic or metal restraints to keep a disruptive passenger from causing harm or further disturbances. These handcuffs are discreetly stowed, ensuring they remain out of sight and mind for the everyday traveler, but within arm's reach for the crew should they become necessary. The goal is always to maintain the safety and well-being of all on board, even if it means taking such stringent measures. Number 3. The truth about oxygen masks. When an aircraft experiences a sudden drop in cabin pressure, those iconic yellow oxygen masks drop down. Contrary to some misconceptions, these masks aren't there to keep passengers unconscious or calm. They provide life-saving oxygen. The supply from these masks is limited, typically lasting around 12 to 15 minutes. This time frame, though seemingly brief, is generally ample for pilots to descend the plane to a safer altitude where cabin pressure is stable and breathable air is available. It's essential for passengers to secure their own masks first before assisting others, as those few seconds can make a difference in ensuring you're alert and able to help fellow travelers. Number 4. The real reason behind electronic devices off rule. While many assume the electronic devices off rule during takeoff and landing is a precaution against potential interference with the plane's navigation system, the truth is slightly different. The primary concern isn't so much interference, but distraction and potential physical harm. Devices, if not secured, can become projectiles during sudden stops or turbulence. Furthermore, takeoff and landing are critical phases of flight where attention is essential. Having passengers free from headphones and device distractions ensures that in the event of an emergency, they can hear and respond to the crew's instructions immediately, prioritizing safety above all. Number 5. Why window shades need to be up during takeoff and landing. Have you ever been asked by the cabin crew to raise your window shade during takeoff or landing and wondered why? This request is more than a mere procedural routine. It's a crucial safety measure. By ensuring window shades are up, passengers and crew members have a clear view outside, allowing them to quickly spot any irregularities like engine fires or damage to wings. Additionally, in the event of an emergency, it's vital for rescue personnel outside the aircraft to have visibility into the cabin to assess the situation and aid accordingly. Equally, if passengers need to evacuate, a clear view of the exterior helps them judge which exits are safe to use, especially if there's fire or debris. The natural light that pours in when shades are up also helps passengers' eyes adjust better to outside conditions, should a swift exit be required. It's a simple act, but one that could be life-saving. Number 6. The hidden bedroom for flight crew. Long-haul flights can stretch for over a dozen hours, and while passengers try to get some shut-eye, the flight crew also needs their rest. Unknown to many is the presence of hidden bedrooms on board, specifically for pilots and cabin crew. Often located just above the main cabin or at the tail end of the plane, these rest areas, known as crew rest compartments, are compact spaces equipped with bunk beds, personal storage, and sometimes even a small bathroom. Entry is typically through a concealed door or ladder system. Ensuring that the crew is well rested is paramount for the safety and smooth operation of the flight. These hidden sanctuaries allow crew members to rotate rest shifts, ensuring there's always a fresh team ready to cater to passengers' needs and manage the aircraft efficiently. Number 7. Pilot and co-pilot meal differences. When flying, ensuring the safety and well-being of everyone on board starts at the very top, with the pilots. One little-known measure taken to ensure this is the practice of serving different meals to the pilot and co-pilot. This is a precautionary step to minimize the risk of food poisoning affecting both key flight operators simultaneously. If one meal were tainted or caused an adverse reaction, at least one of the pilots would remain unaffected and fully capable of flying the aircraft. While the chances of such an event are slim, given the stringent food safety standards in aviation, it's a testament to the lengths airlines go to ensure every possible safety measure is in place. It's these minute details, often overlooked, that contribute to the incredibly high safety standards of modern air travel. Number 8. The secret language of flight attendants. While flight attendants seem to seamlessly glide through aisles attending to passengers, there's an entire covert communication system they use amongst themselves. This secret language can be a combination of coded phrases, hand signals, and even specific chimes. These coded communications allow attendants to discreetly discuss situations, whether it's an unruly passenger, a medical emergency, or just signaling for more supplies without alarming passengers. For instance, 2 dings might indicate the plane has reached cruising altitude, while specific hand gestures can communicate which beverages are running low. This unspoken language ensures a smooth operation, maintaining the calm ambiance of the flight while effectively managing any situation that arises. Number 9. Unscheduled landings aren't always emergencies. It's easy to jump to conclusions when your flight makes an unscheduled landing. Visions of dire emergencies spring to mind, hearts race, and anxiety rises. However, many unscheduled landings aren't due to emergencies at all. Sometimes they're precautionary measures taken due to minor technical glitches or because of passenger medical issues that require immediate attention. Weather can also play a role, as a sudden storm might make it safer to divert and wait it out. In some instances, it can be something as simple as refueling if headwinds are stronger than anticipated. Pilots and crew are trained to prioritize safety above all, and any decision made is with passengers' best interests at heart. So, the next time you find yourself on a plane that's diverting, rest assured that it's likely not as dire as it seems. Number 10. The unused escape slides. Seeing the large yellow escape slides being demonstrated during the pre-flight safety briefing might make one wonder about their real-world application. These slides are crucial for emergency evacuations, designed to deploy rapidly, allowing passengers to exit the plane swiftly. However, the majority of these slides will never serve their intended purpose, given the rarity of incidents requiring their use. But in the event of an emergency, they're invaluable. Outside of emergencies, slides have inadvertently deployed while planes were on the ground, causing delays but also serving as reminders of the impressive safety systems in place. For every flight you take, know that this essential yet mostly unused tool is there, ready to serve its purpose if needed. Number 11. The air you breathe is compressed engine air. The sensation of breathing at 35,000 feet above ground might seem like a marvel, and indeed, the mechanism behind it is intricate. Contrary to popular belief, the air you breathe on board isn't from oxygen tanks. Instead, it's bled off from the plane's engines in a process termed bleed air. This air is compressed, cooled, and then mixed with recirculated cabin air that has passed through filters designed to remove bacteria and viruses. This system ensures a consistent supply of fresh air throughout the flight. The entire volume of cabin air is typically replaced every 2 to 3 minutes, ensuring passengers breathe a mix that is both fresh and free of contaminants. While the thought of breathing engine air might sound unusual, the processes in place ensure it's perfectly clean and safe for inhalation. Number 12. Toilet functionality in the sky. To the uninitiated, the mechanics behind a plane's restroom can be a source of intrigue. Given the altitude and conditions, traditional plumbing isn't feasible. Instead, airplane toilets use a vacuum system. When flushed, a valve opens, and the vacuum suction whisks away the waste into an onboard sanitary tank. This system uses very little water, making it both efficient and suitable for flight. Once the plane lands, specialized vehicles at the airport safely and hygienically empty these tanks. The blue liquid commonly seen in airplane toilets is a deodorant and disinfectant mixture, ensuring cleanliness and minimizing odor. So the next time you're in an airplane lavatory, you can marvel at the ingenuity behind such a simple yet crucial aspect of flight. Number 13. Water quality on board. The availability of clean water on board is a given, but have you ever pondered the source of that water? Airplanes come equipped with water tanks which are filled at airports. The water is used for everything from washing hands in the lavatories to making coffee. Though this water is subjected to treatment and is tested for safety, it's advisable to opt for bottled water for drinking. This precautionary measure stems from occasional reports that have highlighted contaminants in onboard water, possibly due to the challenges of ensuring the cleanliness of the vast water transfer systems at some airports. To mitigate any risk, airlines provide bottled water for consumption, ensuring passengers are drinking from a known, clean source. When it comes to staying hydrated in the skies, it's always best to play it safe. Number 14. The myth of the fasten seatbelt sign. The familiar ding of the fasten seatbelt sign is a sound anyone who's flown will recognize. Many believe this only activates during turbulence or takeoff and landing, but the reasons can be more varied. While turbulence is a primary factor, pilots might also switch it on when they anticipate rough air ahead, even if the skies seem smooth. The sign serves as a precautionary tool, reminding passengers to remain seated and buckled up. Additionally, it isn't merely about passenger safety. An illuminated sign can prevent flight attendants from beginning beverage or meal services, ensuring they're not caught off guard by unexpected rough air. While the temptation to ignore the sign can be strong, especially on long, seemingly smooth flights, its activation always stems from a place of caution and care. Number 15. The silence during takeoff. That momentary silence during takeoff, where the aircraft's noise seems to hush, can be both eerie and captivating. It's not a sign of engines faltering, but rather a standard procedure. As a plane accelerates down the runway, engines are at full thrust. But once a specific speed and altitude are reached, pilots reduce the engine's power to a climb setting, conserving fuel and ensuring engine longevity. This reduction causes the noticeable drop in noise levels. Additionally, this phase allows the aircraft's systems to transition from ground operations to those required in the air, necessitating a brief period of adjustment. While to the untrained ear this silence might seem concerning, it's a routine part of the journey, indicative of a plane smoothly transitioning from ground to sky. Number 16. Real purpose of the winglets. Those upward or sometimes downward curving tips you see on airplane wings known as winglets are not mere aesthetic additions. They serve a critical aerodynamic purpose. Winglets are designed to reduce drag caused by wingtip vortices, which are turbulent swirls of air formed at the wing's tip as the plane moves through the air. By reducing this drag, winglets improve fuel efficiency and enhance an aircraft's range. Their introduction has allowed airlines to save significant amounts on fuel costs annually, making flights more economical and environmentally friendly. Their shape and design can vary based on the aircraft model and its intended use, but regardless of appearance, their primary function remains consistent: to make flights more efficient. Number 17. The rigorous engine-out training for pilots. One of the most rigorous training scenarios for pilots is the engine-out procedure, given that multi-engine aircraft rely on their engines for power and control. Any malfunction or failure can be critical. However, it's a testament to the rigorous training pilots undergo that even in such situations, they can handle the aircraft with precision. During their training, pilots are taught how to fly and land the plane safely if one or even all engines fail. This involves managing the plane's glide, ensuring it can reach a suitable location for landing and handling the aircraft's systems to maximize safety. Simulators play a pivotal role in this training, replicating engine failures in various conditions, enabling pilots to practice and perfect their reactions. It's worth noting that engine failures are rare, and the chance of multiple engines failing simultaneously is even rarer. Nevertheless, the preparedness and proficiency of pilots in handling such scenarios are paramount to the aviation industry's safety standards. Number 18. Unused life jackets. Beneath every airplane seat or within arm's reach, life jackets are stowed, ready for use in the unlikely event of a water landing. However, most of these life vests remain untouched and unused throughout their lifespan. While the probability of needing one is minimal, their presence is mandatory on flights traveling over bodies of water. These jackets are not your typical boating vests. They are specially designed for quick donning and inflation only after exiting the aircraft, ensuring buoyancy and visibility in open waters. Periodically, these life jackets are checked, maintained, or replaced to ensure they remain in optimal condition. It's comforting to note that while many passengers may never even glance at their life jackets, their mere presence speaks volumes about the aviation industry's commitment to safety, preparing for every conceivable scenario. Number 19, pilots don't always use autopilot. It's a common misconception that once a plane is airborne, pilots simply engage the autopilot and sit back for the duration of the flight. In reality, flying a plane demands constant attention and skill, even when autopilot is engaged. While autopilot systems can handle cruising altitudes and even some complicated maneuvers, pilots are always actively monitoring multiple systems, staying in communication with air traffic control, and ensuring the aircraft's path is free from any potential turbulence or obstacles. Critical phases of flight, such as takeoff and landing, often require manual control, relying on a pilot's training and expertise. Furthermore, there are situations where pilots prefer manual flying to get a feel of the aircraft, especially during unpredictable weather conditions. Autopilot is an invaluable tool, but the human touch remains integral to the safety and efficiency of every flight. Number 20. The illusion of locks on lavatory doors. Anyone who has used an airplane lavatory may have noticed the lock mechanism and felt assured of their privacy. But here's a little-known secret. Many airplane lavatories can be unlocked from the outside. Located usually under the lavatory sign on the door is a hidden latch or mechanism that allows flight attendants to access the restroom in case of emergencies. The primary purpose is safety. Imagine a scenario where a passenger becomes unresponsive or needs medical attention inside the locked lavatory. This external unlock feature ensures that crew members can quickly and efficiently handle such situations. Rest assured, though, this feature is used with discretion and only in cases of absolute necessity. The integrity of passenger privacy is always respected. Number 21. The reality of in-flight thieves. While most passengers board a flight with excitement and anticipation for their destination, a minuscule minority has a more sinister motive: theft. In-flight theft is relatively rare but not unheard of. Thieves, often traveling alone, exploit moments when passengers are asleep or distracted, rifling through overhead bins or unchecked bags for valuables. Some even masquerade as helpful fellow passengers, advising others to stow their bags in faraway compartments, only to later access them without suspicion. Airlines and their crews are trained to handle such situations, but passengers must also be vigilant. Keeping valuables like money, jewelry, and electronics and personal items stowed under the seat in front, rather than in overhead bins, can reduce risk. Being aware of one's surroundings and noticing unusual behavior can further deter these opportunistic criminals. While the skies are overwhelmingly safe, it's a reminder that caution shouldn't be left on the ground. Number 22. Food preparation and quality standards. Airplane food often gets a mixed reputation, but behind those tray tables lie stringent quality and safety standards. Meals are usually prepared in vast kitchens on the ground, known as flight kitchens. These establishments must adhere to both airline quality standards and local health regulations. Once prepared, dishes are rapidly cooled to prevent bacterial growth and are reheated on board using specially designed ovens. Cold chain management ensures that perishable items remain at safe temperatures. Contrary to some myths, airplane food isn't prepared weeks in advance. It's usually made 24 to 48 hours before the flight. The challenge is retaining the taste and texture of dishes at 35,000 feet, where reduced humidity and air pressure can dull taste buds and alter the perception of flavors. Airlines invest considerably in designing meals that can withstand these challenges, striving to deliver a pleasant dining experience in the skies. Number 23. Limitations of the weather radar. Weather radar systems on board aircraft play a vital role in detecting and navigating around stormy conditions. They emit radio waves which, upon hitting raindrops or other precipitation, reflect back, providing an image of weather patterns ahead. While invaluable, they aren't without limitations. Weather radars primarily detect moisture. Thus, dry turbulence, which lacks significant moisture, can go unnoticed. Additionally, radars may sometimes interpret dense ground areas like mountains as storm systems, misleading pilots. They're also angled to capture data from a specific altitude, potentially missing weather activity above or below that level. Consequently, while these systems are essential tools for a pilot, they work best in conjunction with other information sources, such as updates from air traffic control or first-hand reports from other aircraft. Number 24. The importance of brace position. The brace position is not just a routine safety protocol. It's a meticulously researched posture designed to reduce injury during an emergency landing. By placing one's head against the seat in front or between the knees and covering it with hands, the risk of head injury due to forward movement is minimized. It also ensures that the impact areas are more muscular and robust parts of the body, like the back of the head and hands, rather than fragile areas like the face or temple. The position also reduces the risk of being knocked unconscious, which can impede evacuation efforts. Number 25. Dumps and fuel jettisoning. In certain emergency scenarios, especially soon after takeoff when a plane is heavily laden with fuel, it might be necessary for an aircraft to shed weight quickly. This is where fuel jettisoning, commonly referred to as fuel dumping, comes into play. Special valves in the wings allow the plane to release fuel, lightening its weight for a safer emergency landing. Contrary to concerns, this expelled fuel evaporates rapidly, dispersing in the atmosphere before it reaches the ground. This procedure isn't taken lightly, given the economic and environmental considerations of discarding valuable fuel. It's employed only when the safety benefits outweigh all other concerns.